I filled a $150 plastic water barrel with nothing but flowing water, and it never stopped making electricity. Not for 1 hour, not for 1 day. For as long as the water kept moving, the power kept coming day and night, without a single battery anywhere in the system. That sentence alone should sound impossible, and honestly, when I first heard about this idea, I didn't believe it either. Wind stops. Solar panels go dark every single night. But water, if you set it up right, never really stops moving. And that one difference changes the entire economics of small-scale power generation. If you're new here, this channel doesn't do miracle claims. We don't tell you that some cheap barrel is going to erase your electric bill overnight. What we do is take strange, overlooked ideas like this one, test them properly, and show you exactly what's real and what isn't. Before we go further, if that sounds like your kind of channel, hit subscribe right now because there's a lot more of this coming and I want you here for the next one. Now let's talk about why a barrel of water can even do this in the first place. The idea isn't new. It's actually one of the oldest forms of power generation humans have ever used. Water wheels have been turning grain mills for over 1,000 years. What's different here is the scale and the shape. Instead of a giant wheel next to a river, this project uses something called a Vortex turbine, a design where water is guided into a spinning funnel shape inside the barrel, creating a controlled whirlpool. That spinning water pushes a small turbine blade at the bottom, and that blade is connected to a generator, the same basic concept as the motor we tested before, just fed by water instead of wind. Here's the part that actually matters economically, the part that separates this from a wind generator completely. Wind is unpredictable. Some days it blows strong, some days it barely moves at all, and at night, more often than not, it dies down completely. Water, especially water pulled from a constant source like a stream, a spring-fed line, or even a slow, continuous, gravity-fed system, doesn't have that problem. If the flow rate stays steady, the power output stays steady too, hour after hour, without needing anything stored, without needing a battery bank sitting there waiting to smooth out the gaps. That's the entire promise behind the phrase, "no batteries needed." And I want to be honest with you about what that phrase actually means because it's easy to misunderstand. It doesn't mean the electricity is stored somewhere invisible. It means the electricity is being generated so consistently that you don't need storage in the first place. You can, in theory, just use it directly as it's made. That's a completely different kind of system than a wind or solar setup. And it comes with its own trade-offs, which I'll walk you through honestly as we go. The first thing I had to figure out was where the water would actually come from. You can't just fill a barrel once and expect it to spin forever. That water has to keep moving, keep replenishing, or the whole system stalls out in minutes. So I set mine up next to a natural slope on the property, using a small buried pipe to feed a slow, steady trickle from a higher collection point down into the barrel, using nothing but gravity to keep the flow constant. No pump. No motor pushing the water uphill, because that would completely defeat the purpose. You'd be spending more energy pumping water than the barrel would ever generate back. This is exactly the kind of detail that gets skipped in a lot of videos like this, and it's exactly the kind of detail that determines whether a project like this actually works or just looks good on camera for 30 seconds. Once the barrel was positioned and the feed line was buried, I cut the inlet at an angle, a shape designed to force the incoming water into a spinning motion the moment it entered the barrel, rather than just dumping straight down like a regular drain. That spin is everything. Without it, the water just falls, and falling water alone doesn't generate much rotational force on a small turbine blade. With the spin, the water builds up centrifugal motion inside the barrel, creating a genuine vortex, a visible whirlpool, and that whirlpool is what actually drives consistent rotation at the bottom where the turbine sits. The turbine itself, similar to the motor from our last project, wasn't something I could just drop in straight off the shelf. I used a small waterproofed generator unit, rated specifically for wet environments, connected through a sealed shaft into the base of the barrel, with the wiring routed up and out through a waterproof gland to keep the electrical side completely separate from the water side. This is where the real cost of the project starts adding up beyond that initial $150 barrel price tag, and I'm not going to hide that number from you the way some creators do. Between the waterproof generator unit, the sealed shaft housing, the piping for the gravity feed, and the basic tools needed to cut and seal everything properly, the honest total for this build sits well above the barrel price alone. And I'll break that number down completely and clearly in the next part of this video, along with the actual output I measured once the water started flowing. Because here's the real question that matters. Not whether water can spin a barrel, obviously it can, but whether the electricity that comes out the other end is worth the cost, the setup, and the maintenance it takes to keep flowing, day and night, the way the title promises. That test, the real numbers, the actual output over real days, and what happened when I compared it directly to my own electric bill, that's exactly what comes next. Once the barrel was sealed, the pipe was buried, and the generator was wired in, there was really only one way to find out if any of this actually worked, and that was to open the valve and let the water run. I remember standing there, watching the first trickle of water hit the angled inlet, waiting to see if it would actually start spinning the way it was supposed to. For a few seconds, nothing dramatic happened, just water slowly filling the bottom of the barrel. Then, almost gradually, the surface started to turn. A slow, visible whirlpool formed, spinning steadily, pulling more water into its own motion as the flow continued. And when I checked the small digital meter I'd wired into the output line, the number wasn't 0. It wasn't huge either, but it was there, steady. And it didn't fluctuate the way a wind reading does when a gust dies down. It just held, consistent, second after second, exactly the way this design is supposed to behave. That consistency is the entire point of this project. And it's worth pausing on because it's genuinely different from anything wind or solar can offer at this small scale. A solar panel drops to 0 the moment the sun sets. A wind generator drops to near 0 the moment the air goes still. But this barrel, fed by a slow, steady gravity line, kept producing the same rough output at 2 in the afternoon as it did at 2 in the morning, because the water didn't know or care what time it was. It just kept flowing at the same rate, day and night, exactly as promised in the title. Over the following week, I tracked the output properly, morning and night, the same disciplined way I tracked the last project, because I wasn't interested in a single exciting number. I was interested in whether this thing actually held up over real time. And it did hold up remarkably steadily, producing a small but continuous trickle of electricity that, unlike the wind generator, didn't need a battery in between to smooth out the gaps, because there simply weren't any gaps to smooth. I connected it directly to a small, low-voltage LED lighting circuit, and watched those lights stay lit continuously without a single flicker for the entire week, running off nothing but a slow stream of water and gravity. Now let's talk about the number that actually matters here, the real cost, because I promised you honesty on this channel, and I'm not going to break that promise now. The barrel itself was $150. The waterproof generator unit, the sealed shaft housing, the piping for the gravity feed line, and the sealing materials needed to keep water and electricity properly separated added a meaningful amount on top of that, bringing the honest total investment for this build well past $150 into a range that reflects the real complexity of doing this safely and properly. I'm not going to throw out a fake precise number just to sound impressive, because the true cost depends heavily on how far your water source is from the barrel, what kind of piping your terrain requires, and whether you already own basic tools or need to buy them. What I can tell you honestly is that this project cost more, both in materials and in effort, than the motor generator we built last time, but it also delivered something the wind version simply couldn't, a truly continuous day and night output without a single battery involved anywhere in the system. That difference matters more than it might sound like at first. Remember that comment from a viewer on a similar video? The one who said their own electric bill was nearly $1,000 in a single month. That comment stuck with me while I was building this, because it's a reminder of why projects like this actually matter to people. Not as a cute weekend hobby, but as a real response to real financial pressure. A $1,000 monthly bill isn't rare anymore in a lot of places. And when people see a small barrel quietly producing continuous free electricity, they're not just watching a fun experiment. They're doing math in their head about their own situation, wondering if something like this could genuinely take a bite out of a bill that size. And I want to be honest about that math too, because a small backyard Vortex turbine like this one is not going to replace a $1,000 monthly bill. Not even close. Not at this scale. And anyone who tells you otherwise is not being straight with you. What it can do, realistically, is offset a small, steady portion of a low voltage load. Things like outdoor lighting, small water pumps, charging stations, or a few consistent low draw devices that benefit specifically from having power available at every hour, without gaps, without needing a battery bank to bridge the dark hours the way solar does. There's also a bigger idea sitting underneath this small backyard version, one that a sharp commenter brought up on a similar project before, pointing out that Vortex turbine designs like this aren't just a novelty, they're actually used in real engineering applications, including tidal and ocean-based power generation, where constant, predictable water movement gets scaled up dramatically beyond anything a single barrel could produce. That's genuinely interesting, because it means the physics working quietly in my backyard on a $150 barrel is the exact same physics engineers use at a massive scale to generate real grid power from tidal movement in the ocean. The barrel isn't a toy version of a fake idea. It's a small, honest demonstration of a real principle that scales, even if my backyard version will never come close to that scale itself. In the final part of this video, I'm going to show you what happened when I let this system run continuously for 2 full weeks, including a period of heavy rain that changed the water flow completely. And I'll give you my honest final verdict on whether a project like this is actually worth building, or whether it's better left as an interesting idea to understand rather than a project to replicate. 2 weeks of continuous operation is where a project like this either proves itself or quietly falls apart, And I wanted to give it every chance to do both, honestly, without stepping in to fix things along the way. The first several days were steady, almost boring in the best possible sense. The same slow trickle, the same steady spin, the same consistent low reading on the meter, morning after morning, night after night. Then the weather changed. A heavy rain moved through the area for nearly 2 full days, and instead of hurting the system, it did something I genuinely wasn't expecting. The natural flow into my gravity-fed line increased noticeably, and the barrel's output climbed right along with it, higher and steadier than anything I'd measured in the calm days before. For those 2 days, that little barrel was working harder than it had at any other point in the test, spinning faster, producing more entirely because the water feeding it had more volume, moving through the same simple gravity path. That moment taught me something important about this whole idea, something that connects directly back to the economics behind it. A system like this isn't judged fairly on an average day. It's judged by how it behaves at the extremes, in the dry spells when flow slows down, and in the heavy rain when flow surges. And this one handled both without a single failure, without a single moment of the output dropping to 0. That reliability, more than the raw wattage number, is the real story here. So let's go back to the actual question sitting in the title of this video. Does a $150 water barrel really make free power day and night with no batteries needed? Yes and no, and I think you deserve both halves of that answer clearly. Yes, once built, the electricity it produces is genuinely free, generated continuously from nothing but gravity and flowing water, with zero need for a battery to bridge dark hours or calm periods, because there are no dark hours or calm periods in this system the way there are with wind or solar. But no, the barrel alone was never the real cost, the honest total investment. Once you include the waterproof generator, the sealed housing, and the piping needed to bring water to it safely, sits meaningfully higher than $150, and I won't pretend otherwise just to make the number sound better on camera. If you're judging this purely as a strict financial investment against a normal utility bill, it will take a long time, realistically years, for a small backyard system like this to fully repay its own cost through savings alone. And I think it's important to say that clearly instead of letting the excitement of free power hide that reality from you. This is not a system that erases a $1,000 monthly bill. It is not a system that replaces your connection to the grid. What it actually is, honestly, is a small, steady, always-on source of low-voltage power, the kind that quietly runs outdoor lighting, a small pump or charging station hour after hour, without you thinking about it, without a battery, without gaps. And there's real value in that. Even if it doesn't show up as a dramatic number on a bill, there's value in resilience, in knowing that even during a power outage, even during a storm that knocks out the grid for your whole street, this barrel keeps spinning, keeps producing, because it doesn't depend on the grid at all. There's value in understanding a principle that scales far beyond your backyard. The same vortex physics, spinning quietly in this barrel, is the same physics engineers use to pull real power from ocean tides at a massive scale. And once you've built the small version yourself, you understand that bigger idea in a way no article or documentary can fully teach you. And there's value simply in proving to yourself that a $150 barrel, a bit of pipe, some patience, and basic physics can turn ordinary flowing water into something genuinely useful, continuously, without asking anything from the grid in return. I didn't build this to replace my power bill, and I won't pretend that I did. I built it to understand a different kind of energy system, one that doesn't blink off at night, one that doesn't need a battery to smooth out its gaps, one that just keeps working quietly in the background, the way water always has, long before any of us figured out how to wire it into something useful. That's the honest story of this barrel. Not a miracle, not a scam, just a small, real demonstration of an old idea tested properly with real numbers instead of exaggerated ones. Now I want to hear from you directly because that $1,000 bill someone mentioned in the comments on the last video stuck with me. And I know a lot of you are dealing with numbers just as painful. What does your own electric bill actually look like right now? And do you think a small, continuous system like this one is worth building where you live? Or does your situation call for something different entirely? I genuinely want to read your numbers, your situations, your honest reactions in the comments below, because this channel only works when it becomes a real conversation about real numbers, not just me talking at a camera. If this video gave you a clearer, more honest picture of what a project like this actually takes, the real cost, the real output, the real limitations, then share it with someone you know who's tired of watching exaggerated energy claims online and just wants the honest version for once. Not for the algorithm, but because more people deserve to see the real math before they spend their own weekend and their own money on something like this. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, that tells me you're exactly the kind of person who cares about real numbers over flashy headlines. So drop your bill, drop your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.